Welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe. Keep up to date with the content that I'm trying to put out to you. So today I want to talk about the Last Chance Qualifier. Now that's on from the 28th of July until the 28th of June until the 4th of July. So the whole idea behind Last Chance Qualifier is that from every single semi-finals, participants who fell short of qualifying get to complete a second attempt, as you may say. So they've already attended the semi-finals, they didn't quite make the cut. However, CrossFit's giving them a last chance qualifier to be able to have a go at re-qualifying and making it to the CrossFit Games. Now, if we look at the Torian Pro side, on the women's side, we've got 4 athletes who are going to be participating in the last chance qualifier. Now, the reason why the Torian Pro female side has got 4 positions instead of 3 is because Christina Lividatakis, she was from another region and she obviously lives over here. So she got to compete at the Torian Pro, which then meant that it took away a spot from one of the women in the Oceania region. So then her qualifying position then allowed one more extra last chance qualifier. Now we saw that with also the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge where Tia-Claire Toomey participated because she should have been in our region. From the positions from 6th place all the way to 9th place, will be competing at the last chance qualifier. So they give an extra spot if someone competes in a region. So even if the person didn't podium, they still allow an extra spot just in case they may have podium. So in Tia's situation, for example, Tia did podium, which means that there's now 4 people or 5 people going from the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge into the last chance qualifier. So on the women's side for the Torian Pro, after the Torian Pro, so from the Oceania region, we've got Alethia Boone. Now she finished on 487 points. She was in 4th place at the end of the day, only a couple of points out from 3rd place. Then on 479 points we had Maddie Sturt, 471 points we had new mum Justine Beath, and then 455 points we had Bailey Rogers. So those 4 ladies are going to be attempting the last chance qualifier from June 28th to 24th of July. And then on the men's side, we've got only 3 spots because there were no men competing from any other regions at the Torian Pro. So in James Newbury, who came 4th at the Torian Pro, he finished on 520 points. Then in 5th place was Luke Fizzo. He finished on 500 points. And then next was Calm Porter. So Calm Porter got 446 points and he's achieved the last placing for the last chance qualifier to go to have that final attempt to make it to the CrossFit Games. Now, I think this is a pretty cool idea, giving people that very last opportunity to fine-tune their skills that they may not have had, maybe get over an injury that they might have been carrying whilst at their semi-final, and then have another crack at trying to get to the Games. The only thing that I see with this is I think this is going to be probably the hardest semi-final for anyone, because every single person who's in that realm, they're all at the same level. You don't have someone like Tia-Claire Toomey who's like way at the top pinnacle of the sport, and then knowing there's people filtering behind it. So in that situation, you've got everyone who's ranked in the same spot, who's around the same level, all fighting it out in that last chance qualifier to make it to the CrossFit Games. Now, when we talk about how there's an extra spot on the women's side, so for example, with the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge where Tia-Claire Toomey, she came 1st, and then obviously people from 6th place on to 9th place instead of 6th place on to 8th place, they get to go on to the last chance qualifier. Now that 6th place person, if Tia-Claire Toomey had have competed in Torian Pro, at Torian Pro, that 6th place finisher probably may have, if everything had played out the same way, could have got onto the podium already. So I think that it's going to be a fight for those people, and it'll mean a little bit more for that person, who has missed out on qualifying because someone else has been in their region. Now, I think on the men's side from Australia, I'd love to see James Newbury go back to the games. I think he's had a little bit of a bad run with injuries and stuff this last couple of years, and I think it would be a great opportunity to see him come back. And it's also noted that he has actually, since Touring Pro ended, he pretty much got on a flight over to the US, and he's training with Tia Claire Toomey under the Proven banner. So he used to be with Decacom, so Michelle Latondra. He now trains under the Proven banner with Shane Orr, which is pretty cool because when he and Tia first started out, they used to quite regularly train together at their gyms whenever they would visit each other. And I do believe that he used to do a lot of Shane's programming back then as well, before he went to Decacom. So that's pretty cool to see that James is already over there. I do wonder if that will actually help him with going to the games, getting that hands-on coaching from Shane, and whether that's going to fine-tune anything leading into this Last Chance Qualifier. Another interesting thing would be to see whether Alethia Boone does the Last Chance Qualifier. So she has actually already qualified for the games as a master, so she'll be heading to the games anyway. Whether or not she wants to fight it out and try and get that last little bit in, will be interesting, or whether she's just going to reserve everything and try and just win the Masters side of the competition this year at the CrossFit Games. So if you have any comments in regards to the Last Chance Qualifiers from other regions as well, drop down a comment in the boxes down below. I'll make sure I get back to you guys, and thanks for following. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and keep up to date with what I'm putting out. Thanks.